Hey everyone, Nick with P1 Motor Cars, and you're joining me on a in-depth walk-around video of this beautiful precision-built 1946 Dodge Power Wagon, 4x4, four doors, 5-speed, Cummins powered, etc. One of one build. It's really beautiful inside and out. The attention to detail, the level of craftsmanship really is second to none. It's a really outstanding piece, and wherever you go in this thing, it garners attention. Everyone's looking at you, thumbs up, fist pumping, etc. So I guess the point of this, as we kind of close in on the last 24 hours, I just wanted to point out some of the really special features of this truck, show you a little bit more closely that craftsmanship that I mentioned, and yeah, personally, just some of the things that I loved about the truck the most. So, but yeah, we'll dive into some of the details here. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but there is a lot of detail to walk through. So this one may be a little longer than usual. But yeah, just starting with the front of the truck. I know we've talked a lot about the winch, but the incorporation of the factory grille, and the way they did that is really beautiful. I love the front of this truck. It's menacing and mean looking, but at the same rate, it's got some charm about it too. I love the design of the bumper and how the winch is incorporated. And I know we've talked about the winch a lot. And to my own demise, I thought an EOH winch was different. But you can see some of the electronic valves there with a bunch of the routing of the hydraulic hoses that kind of get lost going back towards the frame, and then they're routed back up into the engine area. So I'll try to do a little bit better to get a closer look at that. But you can kind of see, the shafts down there that power not only the winch, but the shaft going into the power steering pump as well. That kind of like incorporated as all part of one system, but I'll let other winch experts maybe get into that a bit more. But yeah, I just love being able to just get underneath this thing and being able to look at how the body is basically adhered to the frame. You can see so much of it, the suspension components. Here's the leaf spring set up here in the front. You can just see how clean everything is. It literally is a brand new truck, top and bottom. But yeah, you can see how clean the fenders are, going into some vents from the engine area, and of course the frame itself. Here are some of the steering components here underneath. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's virtually spotless under here. Yeah, and the wheel and tire combo, I don't think they could have done a better job. It just complements the whole truck, let alone the color. The color combination. The owner did such a phenomenal job speccing this out. I'm sure Daniel at Precision had something to do with it too. But again, I just love the whole look, and I'm in 0.5 here, so it's hard to kind of fit all into one frame here. But yeah, it's such a great look. It stands at about 7 feet tall. I'm 6 feet, a little over 6 feet tall. I have no problem getting in and out of it. And the next part I want to look at is the bed work. I believe that these are customized and shortened to kind of fit the proportions of the rest of the truck. And I just love the woodwork, and these aren't, I guess, rivets, but the way that it's kind of bolted together with these finished bolt heads. I just love the way it looks and how you have a little bit of the inner fender coming in through the bed, and being able to kind of then go back underneath here and be able to see some of that detail with the customized fuel tank. You can see the exhaust routing. Everything is painted black under here, essentially. There's the coil spring setup here in the rear. I know some were surprised to see that. Yeah, and we'll take a little bit of a maybe closer look back here as well. Sorry, this whole building is moving because of the wind today. Yeah, the tailgate is awesome. And then how the winch, not the winch, sorry, the trailer hitch, of course, is bolted to the back here. We have the backup camera, which is displayed on a Rockford Fosgate screen on the inside. Here's your electrical hookup for the brakes, and I believe this also comes equipped with electronic braking for the trailer. But you can see the bodywork is really beautiful. It's very straight. Paintwork is really nice as well. You know, I think they were able to maintain most of the factory emblems as well. Yeah, it's just like, there's just so much, you know, just like how the blinkers are mounted and everything they were able to keep on the car, or on the truck rather. Yeah, the drip rails look really good. And yeah, I'll show you some of the functions here. So we have automatic step boards. They work for both front passenger doors. And then of course, upon closure, they go up as well. Works as intended. But yeah, we'll take a closer look at the inners now. And this is I think I like the interior just as much as I like the exterior. I love the color combo of kind of like this mocha, you know, coffee brown leather, you know, with the diamond stitching, with the black carpet. The entire headliner is made of that brown leather as well. It just goes so well together with this kind of camo army green. You know, so just enough color to pop without going overboard. It's just a really classy look. So yeah, you know, there's a certain amount of elegance with this truck. Certainly a lot of badassery as well. It's menacing. Really has an amazing presence when you're in front of it. But at the same rate, it's just so well done. Again, the attention to detail is just so beautifully executed. It's just kind of like a blend of all worlds. So here, take a little bit closer look at the gauge setup. There's a lot of information, everything from boost to water temp, volts, oil pressure, fuel level, of course. You have a GPS speedometer in terms of how it rates speed. Of course, you have the smaller RPM tach there within the speedo. And then you have the exhaust gas temperature EGT there as well, just to keep everything in check. And then you have the vintage air conditioning, of course, that I mentioned, Rockford Fosgate, Bluetooth stereo, and I can show you the audio setup underneath the rear bench. But yeah, you have speakers on both sides on the floors, power windows. Of course, you have the 5-speed, the transfer cases there. And yeah, you know, beautifully set up steering column, the e-brake. Yeah, it's just very mechanical and cool. I just love it. But then again, you have like these 21st century features kind of blended together. So we'll take a look at the back here. So I think you'll be able to see, yeah, you know, the subwoofer, the amp, things of that nature. You can see back here, it's kind of built below and behind the rear bench seat. But yeah, you know, plenty of room for your passengers back here. You know, power windows again at all 4 windows. Incorporate the back glass, excuse me. Yeah, you just hear how it shuts. It's such a high quality rig. It really is. But yeah, you know, other than that, I'll show you the operation of this side too, so you can see that these work properly. You got interior lighting as the doors open and close. Yeah, you know, you have the body colored matched dashboard. Yeah, man, it's just everything. You know, even the sunshades, you know, match the rest of it. It's just a really beautiful truck. Yeah, you know, you have this brushed aluminum here in the rockers, the door jambs, you know, all the wiring is tucked away. I'll see if I can get it. It's kind of hard to open up the engine bay with one hand. I don't think I'll be able to do it. Otherwise I would, because I got to hold the camera too. So anyhow, yeah, just wanted to kind of do a thorough walk around with you guys on this thing, just so you can see everything up close and personal. Yeah, you know, thank you for all the attention, the views, reaching out, the comments on this beautiful truck. It really deserves it. You know, if anything that we've presented, you know, on any of our listings, this thing deserves every bit of attention and then some. So thanks again to everybody. Best of luck with the bids, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.